we have leadership businesses. We gave us ourselves, sort of 4 goals. And primary among those goals was utilization has had a very strong record of increasing. We gave us ourselves, sort of 4 goals. And primary among those goals was utilization.
Year on year for the last 5 months, including COVID. And you look at this graph, the one in year on year for the last 5 months, including COVID. And you look at this graph, the one in blue are the launches, the one in gray is the consumer demand or the consumption. A good market, the gray should always be ahead of the blue. So the consumer demand there, that if you see, while all banks offer relationship managers for their banking requirement, contributes about 13%. Again, significant to our overall urban finance. Mortgage, I think in this point number 4 is very critical because which is the heightened brand there, that if you see, while all banks offer relationship managers for their banking requirement, 2 is the digitized process. Can I apply for a loan wherever I am?
This particular transformation journey was called Lakshya 2026 plan, where we gave us ourselves, sort of 4 goals. And primary among those goals was utilization greater than 80%. So we said that by year 2026, end of FY26, we as an organization will have 80% of our book as a retail book. As we sit in sort of at the beginning of FY25, we are already at 94%. So the fact is that, we almost have sort of achieved that goal almost 2 years ahead of time in terms of in full utilization. And the fact is that we have also been able to pare down our wholesale book at a speed much faster than what we thought we would be able to do. The second thing obviously we said was that we wanted our sort of retail growth to be more than 25% CAGR. We have been clocking 31% CAGR. And as you can see, all our retail businesses have been faring quite well. We have now leadership positions, as I said, in microfinance, two-wheelers, as well as the tractor loans. And we are very interested in building scale in the other lines of businesses which we have, which is primarily our mortgage portfolio, both home loans as well as loan against property, our SME finance business, our personal loans business, and the other lines of businesses that we have launched recently. The focus of the organization is to make sure that we have a good share of the retail asset industry in the country today. And given the L&T brand name and the sort of the equity that the L&T brand name carries in urban India and to a large section, because of our microfinance presence to a large section in rural India, we do intend to sort of capitalize on this particular brand strength to make sure that our retail sort of foray is understood by customers, acknowledged by customers, and we come within that considerations of customers whenever they think of a retail product.
For us to have you here with us, what we are unveiling in the next 25 to 30 minutes is significant not just to L&T Finance, but it will be significant in the entire mortgage industry, the way a consumer looks at the home loan process. So I'm sure that the market that we have selected, Bengaluru, is and for specific reasons I will share in the presentation why this market is so important for us and why this market overall is so critical from a real estate perspective. Yeah. So thank you for being here and thank you for taking time out. Sudipta has already talked about it. I'll not spend too much time, but I thought we'll just talk about who L&T as a group is. An organization of national importance, over 80 years of experience. Some of the projects that we have done are of national importance. Clearly, what is closer home are these 2 projects, which is a water treatment plant at Gadag, North Karnataka, and your T2 Kempegowda terminal. Coming to L&T Finance, we think that it's our responsibility, the business that we are in, and one of the reasons clearly demonstrated by the RBI classification of the upper layer, we are amongst the top retail NBFCs. The credit rating, which is extremely critical for an NBFC, we are top rated at AAA, and we do a lot for environment and sustenance. Just a brief while this is about the mortgage and the home loan. Rural group loan and rural lab, which we have recently launched about a year back. On the farmer side, which is again within rural, we have the tractor and the allied finance. So that's the 50% part of the entire retail book. The other 50% comes on the urban finance, which I manage, and the SME. SME we are building, and it includes loans to professionals and traders. While on the urban finance, it is essentially two-wheelers where we are amongst the market leaders, and home loan lab, and eventually the personal or the consumer loans. So Dipto's already talked about it. There's a reason why in every market we want to be a right to win from a customer's perspective. So it is not just from our perspective. We clearly believe that if from a customer's perspective there is a right to win, eventually we will win in that particular category. So 3 or 4 key points which we will talk about. One, the presence, distribution. So we are not specific to few markets. We are present across a huge geography. To the existing customers and the benefits that they get. So it is not just when Sudipta talked about the 5 pillars, the new customer acquisition is not just the new customers, it is also the multiple product that our existing customers get. And finally, the customer service and the digital journeys that the customer eventually onboards. So the flexibility, whether he wants to access from home or he wants to access coming to a branch, all these options and opportunities a customer has. This has already been covered, which is our Lakshya goals. Clearly you see 22 we had embarked on this, 24 we are far ahead. This was essentially a 3 to 4 year goal. So what we targeted in 26, most of it we covered in 24. One of the 2 key things, while we talked about just in 15-16 markets, we are now present across close to 46 branches or 46 locations. The customer profile that we cater to is not just salaried, self-employed, it is salaried, self-employed, professional. So we cater to the entire market. The asset quality is pristine. It is equivalent to some of the private banks and one of the best. And hence we feel that there is an opportunity for us to grow from here, because it's very critical to have an asset quality in place before an NBFC or a bank decides to grow. Eventually, our focus is on how do we deliver customer service excellence beyond what is being offered in the market. Second, why did we pick up Bengaluru? Clearly, if you look at the retail finance book that Sudipta talked about, 80,000 crore, Bengaluru and Kantar, which is a famed market research company, and we said, what is the consumer looking for? While we may know, we didn't want to get biased, and Kantar went to across all the markets, covered urban, semi-urban, all kind of markets, and they met customers who were planning to buy home loans and who had previously bought home loans in the past few years. Basis that we set up a proposition, and then there was an entire media plan. So what this proposition did, or what the inputs that came, and this is extremely critical. So number one, they said that the customer requires a higher loan value, which we all know, because when we are buying a house, it is important that we have enough loan to be supporting that house. 2, they said that customer wants the entire processing, because there are channel partners, DSAs, builders, connectors, there may be more people. He wants one point of contact, or he doesn't want too much of paperwork. The entire paperwork in the home loan journey is too much. There is anyway significant paperwork with a builder. He doesn't want to do anything beyond what is optimally required on the home loan. 4 or 3 is wider presence. So it's not that I want to be within 10 kilometers, I want to have multiple cities. I could be staying in one place and buying a property in another place. I may be migrating to another city. I may be moving, let's say, from upcountry to metro. So I want a financer or a
proposition called Complete Home Loan. As Sanjay rightly explained, this is really a high involvement category. Consumers are wanting to spend time with their families, and this is really a trend that we are seeing since the pandemic. People have realized the importance of nesting and giving quality time to their families, and hence home loan as a category is really important, because they are taking out time to decide on the right home, what is the kind of financing they require, how can they make the most of the time that they can spend with a family. And that is the reason why this category is very important and is growing.
Has had a very strong record of increasing